Good morning, Toastmasters.
Good morning.
Apparently there's no guests, dignitaries, and others. Speech this morning is one that I've been working on for as many years as I've been in Toastmasters. And it's that piece of what we do that has a tendency to be a secondary item. As we start to build our speeches, we oftentimes spend the bulk of what we do on putting the words and the framing together. How are these words going to come out? And are they going to be in the sequence that is going to best tell the story that we want to tell? But what I want to speak about this morning is this item that we call mechanics. And that is the nuts and bolts of where we are physically as we deliver our speech. Because the bulk of effective communication is body language, this then becomes so much more of a critical part of what we do. And it's one that we spend the least amount of time. So what I would like to do this morning is take and talk about some of these key pieces of what I call the mechanics of the speech. And then we're going to bring this to a close and hopefully leave you with something that will be valuable for you in building your speeches in the future. So, I've included vocal variety. I'm going to move this back a little bit because you guys are so close to me, I can't get both field of vision here. We've talked about vocal variety in our development of speeches. But what I use when I'm developing a speech is a mapping format. And so as I develop my speech, the words, and then put it in outline form, then what I try to do is take those pieces and map out where I want to make the changes vocally in my speech. Those points where I might want to emphasize a piece, and those other points where I want to draw people in. So this mapping enables me to take the words and then put this framework on top of it that enables me to actually deliver in the way that I want it to come out. Now, most of us as Toastmasters have developed this skill over time, that we know when it's best to draw people in with a soft voice, and when we really need to fire it up and catch people's attention. So, although it's a critical piece, I don't want to spend the bulk of my time. So, I want to move to the next item, which I think is an area that we can utilize much more strongly. And that is in honor of Phil Brady, called location, location, location. I'm going to use my lovely daughter-in-law as an example. Toby gave a speech last Tuesday, which was a marvelous, marvelous speech. She's so good at delivering the content. But one of the items that I caught with Toby is that she placed herself right here in the center, and she did one of these. In most cases, not a problem. But as Toastmasters who want to achieve at a much higher level, we have to move beyond those simple mechanics and use the space, as limited as it is, to our best abilities. The concept of location, location, location is one that comes from the marketing firms, and it's called anchoring. And what we do in this concept of anchoring is we pick a position in the room and we bring that position into our speech. So over here, I'm going to tell a story. I'll tell a story about my daughter-in-law. And then as I transition to this different space, although a mere matter of feet, it's enough then if this is going to be where I deliver content. Here is the essence of what I want to talk about, the nuts and bolts of my speech. Then I can change my vocal variety here and be more as a matter of fact. But as soon as I transition back here, then we have anchored the audience to a position that they're going to sit and relax and put a smile on their face because they know that from this position a story is told. And then as one transitions back here, then all of a sudden people pick up their pens and they get ready because they know that information is coming from this position. Now, it may to a certain extent sound a little bit like voodoo, but it is one of the more effective pieces that we can add to our speeches. And when we get competent at achieving this, then all we need to do is come to this location and look around the room and we'll see the smiles on people's faces because they know what's coming. Case in point, because they know what's coming. Location, location, location. Check out the hands. How we use our hands. And to paraphrase one of our lovely colleagues, Larry Epps told me early on, go big or go home. So if you're going to do something with your hands, make it big, make it something that people are going to recognize, and use it to your greatest advantage. The last piece is the open and the close. And I want to take and close with a quick poem. I have since long forgotten the individual's name. Come to the edge. No, we will fall. Come to the edge. No, we will fall. They came to the edge. He pushed them. And they flew. A stirring round of applause. A stirring round of applause.
One, which is pretty
A stirring round of
Here you go. Bruce, here's a round of applause.
I'm going to go back here and crawl underneath my table.